Something amazing happened on April 22nd, 1993. It couldn't have been more simple, but it changed the way we all live. It changed our habits, it changed everything, almost everything. That was the day the scientists at the National Center for Supercomputing Applications released the Mosaic 1.0 browser to the public. On that day, there were 26 websites in the world, only 26. By the end of the year, there were 10,000. Internet usage increased by 250,000%. But the most important thing that happened was in our brains. For the first time in human history, anyone who had an idea could communicate that idea to anybody else in the world who had an internet connection, without a pause button and without an editor. That's an incredible opportunity for creativity. Anything I say can be broadcast to the world. It's also an incredible opportunity for a challenge, for something that could be dangerous or risky. The problem with our schools is they still look very much like they were designed for the assembly line and the Model T, not for this world where I can have an idea and communicate that idea to anyone else in the world. So the challenge for creativity in the world we live in now is how to take the metaphor, not just the technology, but the metaphor of the internet and translate that into an interactive communication style, an independent communication style, and a collaborative one that works in the modern classroom. How can we inspire our students to take responsibility for this world where they can communicate anything, but also how to teach them how to be as creative, as engaged, as inspiring as possible in the world we live in now. One of the frustrations of being a teacher in the year 2015 is we often know that our children come to us knowing more about technology than we know. I think instead of that being a drawback, it's actually an asset, because it means the child, the student, is in the position of knowing a little bit more than the teacher in one area. And that's wonderful, because the method of teaching that I think is very important is for all of us to be modest about what we need to know so that we can be inspired as lifelong learners. That includes the teacher, and it's hard for us who are teachers, because from the 19th century on, we've been told the teacher is the God, the teacher is the authority figure, the teacher knows everything. Well, that's not a great way of learning. No one learns when they feel they're nothing and they have to learn from somebody who knows everything. You learn when there's a pathway to learning. So a teacher who admits that they need help learning a technology is already modeling a kind of openness to lifelong learning.